Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going on a virtual adventure. We're going to look at Anthem, the video game. Should you buy it? Is it even worth it? Let's find out. So Anthem is an open world, third-person shooter action role-play game developed by BioWare and published by Electronic Arts. It's going to be released February 22nd, 2019 on PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. My first impressions were actually on the Xbox One demo, and I have to say that I wasn't really impressed. The video quality wasn't there, and the loading times were horrendous, and it wasn't what I wanted it to be. It wasn't what it was promised to be. That all changed though when I switched over to my little gaming computer and I tried it there. The visuals were on par, the story was still great, the load times were significantly reduced, and I had a much better experience playing it on the PC than I did on the Xbox. We can look at a side-by-side comparison and we can see that if you're looking at the Xbox side, it's really soupy, it's really grainy, and on the PC side, the image is just really sharp and it's really clear. It's everything that you want it to be. It looks cinematic. It looks like it's supposed to in the trailer, like what they promised us at E3, and it's everything that you want from a video game. Good visuals, good story, good audio. It's the full package in my opinion. So one thing you can see in the cutscenes when you start a mission, when you're suiting up to fly out of the fort, the visuals are perfect. The cutscenes play phenomenally on both, and on the Xbox it's the visuals that you hope and you wish for, but you just don't get them. The Xbox just can't drive the game as well as a PC can in this case, because the hardware, at least the hardware in mine, isn't as up to date. Now I am using an older, it's a Halo 5 edition Xbox, so it's not an Xbox One X. It's not 4K capable. It doesn't even have HDR. So that could be some of the issue that we're having, is that the hardware is not as up to date. But on the PC, I'm using a quad-core processor with hyper-threading. I'm using only 8 gigabytes of RAM and a GTX 1050 Ti, which has got 6 gigabytes of memory, and it runs flawlessly. I've got really good high frame rates. I'm running the game on basically high settings. I had a very enjoyable experience, and all in all, I'm going to say that if you're going to get the game, I definitely recommend getting it on PC, because I feel that you're going to have a better experience. So moving on to the actual gameplay, it's, well, kind of you have to figure it out on your own. There really is no tutorial to tell you what to do or how to do it. You occasionally get these little bubbles that pop up, the help me now bubbles, and they don't really do much for you. I resorted to jumping into the settings and looking up the controller, well, not on Xbox, looking up the controller bindings, and even when I was playing PC, I had to look around the screen to find out what specials to use, or what keys to use for certain specials, and nothing is really explained to you as far as your loadout goes, or how to do all that. It took me a few hours to figure out how to actually set up the loadout, what everything meant inside the loadout, and what kit to use on missions, and it's not explained very well. So hopefully the full release of the game, there'll actually be a full tutorial showing you what to do and how to do it, and you're kind of not thrown to the wolves and expect to know. Sound was also one of those things that was, pretty big in the game. It helped make the game what it is. For me, it had a Halo sort of vibe, and I actually love Halo, so it was perfect for me. The way the enemy spoke to you and taunted you, the way the weapons sounded, the way your friendly non-player characters would act with you, voice comms, everything. It sounded great. The music was great. There's really not much else to say, but that actually helped make the game what it is. So one thing I liked that Anthem did was they put out an open beta for everyone, regardless if you pre-ordered. Now, if you did pre-order the game, you got to play the beta on January 25th through February 4th. If you did not pre-order the game, you got access to the beta on February 2nd, and you could play it through the 4th. And the best thing about this was that unlike Fallout 76, where you start at 0 and you can work your way up as high as possible and you get to keep everything you earned from the beta, Anthem started you out at level 10. And you could go as high as level 15, and you got access to one more javelin. That's their exosuits that you use in the game, just to kind of give you a feel for how the game plays. And they didn't give you access to everything right off the bat. They had a bunch of things closed that's only going to be available for the full game. The missions that they gave you access to was 3 missions, and just from that little bit that you see, you can tell the storyline is actually going to be really, really good, and that it's going to give them a chance to build upon it in future games and potentially make this a series like Destiny and like Halo. One thing that was interesting about the game was that there was little to no character development in the demo itself. Now that could be because you started at level 10 and there's already development before you reach level 10 as far as your character goes. Alternatively, what I think it might be is that they center everything around the javelin, your exosuit. And in the demo, you are allowed to customize everything. We're talking color, style, extra armor pieces on it, weapons, special abilities. You can go crazy with it. And they give you access to 4 of them, but you can only use 2 during the time. So you get access to the first javelin that you start with, and then as you progress, you get to, I think, level 12, then you get access to choose one of the other 3, and then you can customize it from there. So we'll see where character development goes when the full game is released. Hopefully there is at least some backstory to everything, because there really wasn't much given in the demo itself. They throw a lot of things out there and it leaves you wondering as to what's going on. So I hope there's more development. So now we come down to, should you buy it and is it worth it? Right now, I say hold your money. Don't buy it, don't pre-order it, wait until after it launches. There were a lot of features in the game that were not enabled during the demo, and they could end up breaking the game. We want to see how those are going to be incorporated into the full release to make sure that the game is actually playable when it is launched. The last thing we want to do is to spend our money on a video game that is incomplete, Fallout 76, and not enjoy playing the video game. With that said, I'm going to end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I definitely enjoyed making it for you. If you did, go ahead and leave a like down below. Drop us a comment. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Subscribe, and we hope to see you in the next one. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go on a virtual adventure.